Oh my gosh, I was just listening back on this last video, and to the numbers. They demonetized the numbers, is what I said. Just like they demonetized the words, okay, all through the media sources, okay? So many influencers, quote unquote, on whatever side, one is, lifted up and one is demonetized, all right? The ones that are telling the truth are the demonetized ones, okay? And so, again, it all goes down to the numbers. And that's why this war is in numbers. This is why all their communication is via numbers and colors, okay? Like flags, okay? Let's say like flags. The flags of different colors, right? It's the rainbow. I'm not going to get into that, but it's demonetized the words, okay? And where they just are floating up there, it's the other side who is just giving fluff out there, okay? Their stations are never demonetized, right? And so their words mean nothing. Their words mean nothing. Although they might be getting their paychecks, because that's what they do. They're out there getting all kinds of paychecks, okay? But their content is really fluff. And that matches the millennials of today, because that's all they've ever watched is fluff. All they've ever watched is fluff, okay? So, but the numbers. So they were, when they changed the dates of the calendars, okay, and then they were putting they have special holy days, okay, the other side does. So when they made the Gregorian, they made it specifically for their quote unquote holy days, okay? So see, they knew how to work the numbers, how to make the numbers the most powerful. And so then how to align events, pattern events, that's built up a lot of weight behind it, because people still believe that they're caused by the same source, reason. So when that happens, I mean, that's really a grounded, that's a strong one. And that's what gives strength in numbers, okay? So, but remember, we're still in that 1 to 9, 1 to 9. That's all we got to deal with. Everything's got to be cut down to that 19. Everything has to be cut down to that 19. So, that 1 through 9. So, 31 is like, okay, 3 and 1. One is always a God, okay? Let's go to 13. 13 is 1, okay? You get 1, that's God, right? You got 3, that would be the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, let's just say, okay? It's a 3. It is a Trinity. It is a team. It is a belief. It is 3 on the same page with that 3 power, okay, of the Trinity, okay, and plus God, okay. This is the church. This is the earthly church, okay. That really in numbers they're strong. They just get divided in the rituals, in the traditions, okay, in the words that was intercepted, transmitted, taken in by their parents, or the teacher, or preacher that they lent their ear to, okay. It all ties together. So that 1 and that 3 to make that 13 is God plus us, and that makes a 4 foundation, okay. That makes a 4 foundation, but where is he? Where are they pulling? See, that 3, what they did was they went in the ground, okay, and they found the truth. which was hidden from everybody. The truth, okay, the one on 13, the one is the truth that is hidden in the ground, hidden within you, okay? People are going to go like in the ground, you hear, well, yeah, but it's really in you. The truth is in you. You know, it's your able-minded man, okay? But the truth is in you. And so when the three, okay, when they reach down and dig in the ground and pull out the truth, now you have 4. Now you have your foundation, okay? But if it's 31, you know, you got that 3 pulling, you know, it's that pulling down. It's they have to jump up to get to God, okay? They're here, but now they have to reach up further. They have to reach up, okay? When you're here, this is that middle area, that middleman. Then this takes you to here, and then you'll have a foundation. But it's how you've taught these words to move, is what dictates what you're pulling out of the ground and what you're pulling down from the sky, okay? What you're digging for and what you're looking for. Oh my gosh, that's it. That's what it is. So that's why 3 is that middle area, and it's important. But you either got to, you got to go back, have that 20/20 vision, okay? Have that bird's eye view, because that's what you have. That 3 should be able to see. They're standing in a spot that they have 360 vision. They should be able to look through and look around and see through the layers of 2 to 1, okay? From their viewpoint, they should be able to see both sides, because that's what that is. The 2, they should be able to see the distance between Earth and them, okay? The world and them. They should be able to see that hidden truth, all right? And so you don't want to stay in that 3 spot forever, though, okay? That's why you got to get out of the boat, okay? That's why Jesus, he had to get back in that boat with Peter. The point of that was he wants you out of the boat. The boat, the boat wrecks. The boat wrecks, okay? It wrecks at 3. It's the island, like mid-island or whatever it is, okay? It's paradise. But there's something higher than that, okay? And so you're going to get shipwrecked on Gilligan's Island in paradise. So it's because you did not do your homework on Earth. You did not go back and dig and look. You didn't go into that place that you were told don't go into. That is anything that doesn't have light shined upon it, truth shined upon it. That's what darkness is. But because they didn't go and look at the, everything outside their algorithm, or anything outside their algorithm, their belief, their traditional belief system, what they made their foundation, you know what I'm saying? And that there again, that's the problem. So that's that. I mean, the 13 is really important, but that's a good number. I mean, that number is that number. That's what that number does, It's going to either, you're going to have your hand down on that. It's either going to, when you pull out the whole shabam, okay? Which is, it's you're going to pull out the whole thing, okay? That's what you do. And when it goes up, you go up. Okay? That's how it is. It goes up, you go up. The harder you pull, boy, boom. And so the numbers, so that's why again they made Halloween, Halloween on October 31st. You got that 3 and that 1, right? Okay. But then that's 10, so October 10, 3, 1. So that's 1 and a 4. It's 1 and a 4. okay? 1 and 4 is 5, and 5 is, it's either, you know, it's grace, but it's mercy, and it's also kind of a backhanded time too. You know what I mean? It's going to have an opposite effect too. As we see it as a wonderful, a glorious number, right? It is seen as a just a number to others. So they don't know the power that goes into these numbers, my meaning of. And so it's your 5, it's your hand of God, okay? And the hand of God, you know, the true hand of God will direct you to whatever direction your head needs to go into, okay? That's when you get to 5, you've got a full hand. You've got the thumb. You know what I mean? You've got the thumb and the 4 fingers, okay? So then you are able to turn the heads. You turn the direction of where they need to hear from and see and go. You know, your path. It's your path being directed. So all those things matter. They matter. So they put it right before what All Saints Day was that. So on ours, that's 11-1. That's a 1-1-1. That's your 3 on standing there. Okay, standing there together. They've got 3 sources of power. Three God. I mean, they've got the Father. They've got a Father, a Son, and a Holy Spirit. And Holy Spirit can be their holy or our holy. All right. They got 3. That's a bond, because remember, that's with 3 is what bonds 1 and 2 together. It's the bonding agent. Whoever your 3 is, it's the bonding agent. Okay, it's the God that holds the God and then the union at 2, the marriage. Okay, the union, the marriage, or the division. Okay, our sin together. Okay, so that's what 2 is. So these numbers matter, especially right now, because this is a spiritual war, and numbers after words, everything now is in numbers, because that's how they're communicating. They communicate gematria style. So it's unbelievable. And so that's on no calendar. That's on God's calendar. That's on God's time, you know, the gematria. But so we are taking back. You have to take back the numbers. You have to take back the numbers, just like we have to take back the words, you know, because words, it's like the babies that were being born that were killed in Bethlehem. You know what I mean? Saying you got to flip that for a minute. In the word, in the spirit section, it means Jesus was the light. He had the light of the word. His word was from the lightness, in the lightness. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It was a good word, where the other ones were not. Okay, they were not. They were from fertile wombs that constantly birthed words, right? And so that's the difference. So this has always been so now we're to the point. You have to go back to when communication changed. When did the communication between the lands change? When were words actually airborne? When did that breath get blown out? When did they become airborne? Because that is the start of it. That's the start of the new wind, of the new movement, of the new whatever, not movement, but new, because that, oh my gosh, you just sent something over, you've connected, because there's 7 continents, right? There's 7 continents. You know, again, 7 organs in our body, 7, you know, you start lighting them up by the truth that you're seeing, because you're connecting the dots, you're connecting the lands, you're connecting the words, you're connecting the numbers. So you're connecting the difference between who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, okay? And the reasons each are doing what they're doing. And then you can see down to the root to see, you can see the heart of the matter, because you'll see the true reasons why it was done, and how it was done. You know what I mean? You can see, you'll learn the raw, you know, bare dirt floor of it. That's what'll happen. So numbers matter. They're named. I mean, they have, and again, it's when they start multiplying that they become like legions. Okay, when you start multiplying. So when you add a date or take away a date, that matters. When the Julian was switching, to the Gregorian calendar, they lost 13 days. They lost 13 days. Don't you find that odd? So they just, September 2nd, okay, 9/2, which was a 1/1, but so from 9/2, and then you woke up on 9/14. 9/14. Okay, you went to bed on September 2nd and you woke up on September 14th, because that's the days they took out in between. Those days, they're there, okay? They're there somewhere. And that something happened on those days, okay? Or those days were, that's kind of, those days were like absolved, okay? Where nothing had to occur on them, all right? Or you got a powerful team there. Those 13, that's a powerful team, okay? But it's kind of like the hidden army, right? Because nobody even really knows it's there. See, that those 13 days removed, okay, they were just tossed up. So they're up there wandering, right? But it was still, they were there before. They were patterned. They were known. And just because they decided to take them off the calendar, frontal view, doesn't mean that the back room did, all right? And so those days didn't go anywhere, basically. So that's a big army, you know, that number 4, that foundation. It's the foundation. That's what their power is your foundation is your root. You know, it is your humanity, really, because it boils down to it's humanity. It's your brotherly love, okay? Because you're coming down now, and that you're on your brotherly love, and so you can't divide brotherly love with movements put into motion from people's agendas that were made from their dreams or nightmares. So, because the dream eventually would become the nightmare. So, I'm just saying, that's how things go. Okay? It always goes to the source. You pull from the source and you draw to the source. But you know who it is. And when you get that, you can get the whole chain. You get the whole chain lit. You know, you get the whole understanding. So there's that source that is hidden from you in the ground. That that when you're going to pull up that truth, very much is needed. Okay, to reach the higher source, the highest source on the other side. Okay? On the other side of that 4, when you get to that 5, see, that's a hand. That's a hand of God. And that hand is a mighty hand. Okay? It's a mighty hand. And so, and I told you, the hand, the formation of the bones in your fingers, okay, and then part of your hands, they're all set as the Greek army. They're all literally lined up like the Greek army did. Didn't you find that fascinating? See? So, who's the hands of God? You know? But when you get to that 5, then again, you got a hand of God, though. That's your foundation, whatever hand that was, that turned your head left and right, or kept it straight. So whatever foundation, that had your head going, and up or down, yes or no, that was controlling that. That depends on which hand you came from, you were using. So it's the right hand. It's the right hand. It's the right hand of God. Okay? Or, see, in the left hand, though, up there, the left hand is the knowledge and wisdom. So if you get the right hand here, the right hand of God turning your head here, finding His breadcrumbs, knowing His truth. You're going down the path, you're going down the journey, you're hanging on, you're right on the path. Okay? Well, when the next hand that would be applied to you, because God had His hand upon you here. So when we get up there, the next level in the spiritual level, you get to 5. That hand will be the left hand of knowledge and wisdom, okay? And not the right hand of the God of wrath, because it was righteous anger. It was real fire, brimstone type sort of thing, right? Right. So if that's the foundation that you came from, then that's that hand's power. All right. So, but if you get the right hand of God here, the one that takes you up, and has shown you the right way, the next hand will be the left hand, which will be His knowledge and wisdom. Okay? It'll be His knowledge and wisdom. And then the two become one because they work together. They're the hands that blend, that can pray. They're the praying hands. But see, they made it. The praying hands, they're equally yoked, meaning they get it's the earthly soul, and it's the two coming together in perfect unison. It's the two coming together. Okay, and so yeah, and so that you know how to, to define, the 6th day, that's your 5 plus a 1. I mean, it just keeps going like this, but you can only go to 9, and then you start your digits again. But that's how you have to think of it. You have to piece them apart, especially now. And remember that what's going on up there, what's going on up there, because it's the heavenly that that comes down upon the earth, right? So it's what's going on up there is what matters. So words have become useless here, and numbers, and they become, because people are in their echo chamber and they just repeat what they think that they know. They don't tear down those words to what they really mean. And so they, okay.